Hello everyone, my name is Paul Stomayoi and we're back. Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting episode 332, Banette. If you didn't watch the last episode, why didn't you? And this episode's topic is by me. It's a personal thing, so I'm just gonna say, back when I was when I just started with foster care, not too long, minutes, some months later, I think it was in the summer actually. If not, then like a month later or something like that. But pretty much, I was able to go to camp, like a fun camp, I guess. But honestly, I'm not really up for like that kind of stuff. Pretty boring in my opinion. But because because you have to do these activities and it's stupid. But but I did learn some fun things, and that's what this topic is gonna be about. It's gonna be about the fun things I learned at camp. And like I said, of course, I personally wouldn't want to go myself because honestly, I'm just not a very super social person. I'd rather get stuff like work done or just play video games, just to do stuff I like, not just like try to really waste my time doing those new kind of things if I know I can work on something that I want to work on. But it was oh well, it happened and it's done. But pretty much the things I learned from it, some pretty cool things. Um, I learned about. Oh, that's not the only time I went to camp. I went to camp also when I was like many years ago as well, and it was like kind of the same thing as that camp. But that one was like I would say was way cooler. Like I said, I didn't want to go the same as like both the times, but it was just oh well. But yeah. But anyways, um, so I guess I should start off with the first camp. So pretty much, oh yeah, I've also decided that I'm gonna be making another info video. Uh, for you'll see why, but I had an idea about the last episode. Um, when I was thinking about it, and also I forgot to also say that waiting on the last episode to be transferred over to the flash drive, I'm going to be super nice, and since I have Pokérust now and Pokemon Y, I'm going to spread it to all of the Friend Safari shinies that I have currently, so that when people get them, they'll have Friend Safari, they'll have Pokérust. So yeah, I know it's pretty cruel, because just even though it doesn't hurt them, just to just have them to contain it. Because I think if you keep them in the PC, the time won't be they won't be cured as long as they have the Pokérust. So I guess that's like a storage as well, but I personally wouldn't do that. I only spread it to just my team and all that because like they're my Pokemon. But I think it would be nice as well to spread it to the uh, shinies that I got in the Friend Safaris that I still have. So yeah, but anyways, I just thought I'd tell you that just so if one time one of you received one of the shinies, like if you're the friend that still hasn't gotten the shinies that I have for you, or if you're just someone that just wants one that doesn't have an owner because we're not friends anymore, um, then yeah, then you'll get Pokerus, and it's helpful because then you can spread it to your other ones that you want. But anyways, yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to get that out of the way. But I will be making that info video after this video. It shouldn't take that long, but it's just something that I don't know why I didn't do a while ago when I started with my channel, but I think it'll be pretty smart just so that people know. But anyways, so back to the whole camp topic. So things I learned from it, that you can of course make friends, but honestly, none of the friends people I've met from camp, I still have contact with now. Maybe someday I'll like talk with them again, but I really don't see that happening because I really don't remember their exact names or anything like that. I just remember some of them were pretty cool. I remember the first time. Uh, I remember like back when these cool little rubber bands that are like shaped mainly about animals and can be like other things like objects or stuff like that. I remember they were called silly bands, and they were such a cool thing with me back then. I don't know if they're still a thing now, but they were really cool back then. And there was just always these rare monkey ones where they were like rainbow monkey bands, and they would be in the shape of monkeys, and they would be like rainbow colored. And the rainbow colors are always looking really cool because it's just cool. So it was just really awesome. And of course, because they're rubber bands, you can put them like on your wrist or anything like that, so you can like show them off, or you can put them on a keychain if you're like a collector. So they were really cool, silly bands. I would honestly would love a collection of those, but just because it was like back in my childhood and all that. But it was awesome because there's some of the ones from the kids at camp. They had these like super rare ones. The specific one that I remember was like an iPod silly band, which was so cool. Like it was shaped just like an iPod. Of course, it was like super small, um, but it was really cool because it was like green and it was green as well. So it was like my favorite color. Um, so it was awesome. There's like so many cool things like that. But I knew about silly bands before camp, but it was just something that was cool to see because I had quite a collection myself. But but yeah. But anyways, let's see what else. Yeah, it's pretty much like silly bands were like they were like, imagine if you like trading cards like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. They were pretty much just as awesome as those. Like getting to trade and collect, it's like trying to catch them all with Pokemon or something like that. But there was so many different ones, it was crazy. And then when you saw those certain rare ones that you never seen before, you would totally want them. Like you'd be like, hey, can I trade for that? And most likely the person who had it, like, no, I only have like one or something. And it was so cool. Like seriously, you just gotta look them up. It looks so awesome, especially the rainbow ones. They're just amazing. And even you can check out the iPod one too. That one was awesome because it was like the iPod, like the old original iPod that had like the little circle in it, and you would like slide your finger around the ring, and that's how you would move up and how you would move down. It was like the start of touch technology, but it was still pretty awesome nonetheless. Um, and funny enough, I actually used to my older sister, like she, of course she's older than me. She's like I think 3 years older than me, but I remember her having like the very old Apple products to where they look like super futuristic, but of course the technology isn't super great because it was still starting out. But I remember she had this pretty heavy box looking iPod. I don't know what generation iPod was that. I think that was the iPod one. I want to say. Um, no, because that wasn't an iPhone. That was an iPod. It was interesting because it was, imagine like if you look at my 2DS now, imagine it being sideways and being like a little shorter, but still that fat, and even a little fatter. Um, and then it was like the buttons to like pause, skip forward, skip backward. I mean, go back like those are the songs. You would have the buttons right under the like screen, and then it would have the circle to where you would slide your finger on it to go like up or down on the song list. And it was so cool, like, and because it had aluminum on the back, whenever it would be like, because she would usually have like cold in her room and all that, she would always like the cold. I don't know how, like, it's crazy, but always that those ones, like those devices that have the aluminum, like that device, the iPod one, um, I think it's just called iPod first generation. I'm pretty sure that's how they call it. They don't call it iPod one. Pretty sure it's like iPod first generation. But anyway, I don't know if that's the exact, if it's first generation or what, but it was a pretty early generation. But yeah, but anyways, long story short, I was just saying that she gave it to me because she got like a iPod Touch fourth generation. Yeah. Um, and then actually, now that I think about it, I forgot to say that I had one of those as well. She gave me like her old ones. Like most of the stuff I had gotten that were like iPod products, I would get from her because she would either get it from her best friend or she would buy it herself or get someone like my dad to buy it for her. But I got like really lucky. But sadly, one time the iPod Touch when I was like actually in the 8th grade, when I was on the bus one time, it was just I don't know where. I guess must have been when I was like trying to get some rest, like have my eyes closed, because usually I would be super tired in the mornings. I guess someone like stole it or something, and I didn't even know because I always kept it. I think just in my in my backpack. because I wouldn't want to keep it in my pocket because I feel like it'd fall out or something. But it was so cool because I always had a bunch of things that I can do on it. Even though it's just such a little device, it was still awesome. I still wish I had it to this day. Just something as small as that and as useful as it was really awesome. But anyway, yeah. So, and I remember also, I didn't own it, but I don't think it was well, maybe it was my sister's, my older sister's. She had this Apple computer to where it was like one of the first ones, and it was like the bottom of it as the stand. It was like a big fat circle, like a half circle, and then the screen was like, it was decently big. It was a really crappy computer because it was like really slow. Because my mom would always be having some like music playing on the what's it called, the Safari Internet Explorer or something Safari on it. That's like the internet browser that was on there, and it was super slow. Like, it was insane. Every time where I would want to try to like watch videos or play a game, it would always be so super laggy, like in slow motion. It was so crazy. I think we still have it to this day in this house somewhere. I think so, but it doesn't work anymore. But it was still quite the struggle that I remember with it. But anyway, man, I got so off topic just because of the one time that I was talking about that I got the iPod Silly Band, and then I got into talking about all these consoles and devices. Like, holy crap, geez. When I really branch out, I really do. But yeah, but anyways, so back to the whole camp thing. So yeah, pretty much just like the main thing that I learned from camp is how you can find, of course, super rare silly bands, but yeah, but anyway, the second time I went to camp years later when I was in foster care, this really certain thing that I don't do anymore because I don't go outside as much as I would like to, just to like enjoy nature because I got work to do and everything now. But there's this thing you can do with, like, if you ever seen these kind of weed plants, not like, I'm not talking about like marijuana weed, I'm talking about like the weeds like in the ground. Some of them, they have like, it's a long blade of grass, but it's like super thin, and it has two antenna looking parts at the top with like black edges on them. If you know what I'm talking about, then that's what that is. But the cool thing about it, that's what I'm saying, is at camp I saw one of the camp guys, he always would like pick out one of those. You have to like pick out the thin part. That was like the long part that had the antenna. You would have to like pick that out of the base grass that I was in, and the edges of the bottom of it, when you pulled it out, if it was like white, you can like chew on it, and it was like sweet, and you're probably thinking, why would you ever do that? But honestly, if you never tried it before, you should try it because, like I said, as long as it's white, then it's fine to like chew on, just don't swallow it or anything. But it was like cool because it's sweet and everything, and it was just like something like you would be a farmer, like with that in your mouth. But that's pretty much like the main thing I learned from camp, and then that one of the kids, anyways, the last one I'll check for the episode. I learned how to like whistle really loud. Like, you put your fingers on your lip to make it like on the bottom lip to make it upwards, and then you just like suck in, and then it makes like a loud screeching noise. It's really crazy. I'm not able to do it every time, but yeah. But anyway, let's see if we can get Banette. Nope, no Banette. Alright. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, it would be so kind to support me by donating to my Patreon, as long as you're not putting yourself in a bad spot by doing so, of course. So feel free to. The link in the description down below. And I'll be seeing y'all later. I've been your host, Paul Stamayoi, and goodbye.